The lack of rain earlier this year had many farmers worried, and some even hoping that hurricane that swung through just over a month ago would hit us and bring a few precious inches of rainfall. Now, farmers are up to their eyeballs, or in some cases much more than that, in both corn and in soybeans. It's good news for Wendell Meekins in Dorchester County. He says every ear of corn he peels open to inspect is symmetrical and beautiful. Although he says you can still see the effects of the early drought, he says that the crop has recovered nicely.
Early on, this is an ear of non-irrigated corn. As you can see, the end's not filled on it all the way, and it's got 16 rows. And this is an irrigated ear of corn. It's got 18 rows, and it's pretty much filled all to the top. But again, this is a good dry land ear of corn.
And it's not just corn that's doing well. Soybeans are also growing quickly. This batch here was planted on July 10th, and just over 1 month later is already up to my knees and still growing.
That is a good-looking soybean plant for late August.
Greg Gannon, a farmer in Talbot County, says with soybeans, height isn't the big determining factor, though. It's how many beans are in a pod. And the reason he believes this year has been so good is a perfect combination of weather.
Often you think about how much rain does or doesn't fall, which is important. But when you have a summer like this where we've registered maybe half the days at 90 or above that you usually would, it's a big deal to the crops, whether they're getting enough rain or not, to not have the heat stress on them.
Saving them from the excess heat stress and allowing those extra beans to grow in the pod. But how does all this affect the consumer?
It'll benefit your livestock grower. He can buy cheaper feed because they're using chicken feed is will be cheaper because corn prices are down. So that the consumer will see that in the supermarket also.
As Meekins said, the price on both corn and soybeans is down this year by 30 to 40%, but both he and Gannon both say that the sheer yield of crop that they're getting this year should be able to cover any losses from those low prices. Reporting on the Midshore, Tyler Butler, WBOC News, Cambridge.